Hi, Amber.
Hello, Jonathan Williamson, one of OG blender heads.
It's been a while. So I would start with this, which is outside of taking care of our own people, our team, our customers, etc., being a responsible business, I would argue that supporting Blender both with our own skills, whether that's development efforts, community efforts, or financial efforts, is probably the single most important thing we do. That, you know, being a Blender based business, being a Blender artist, staking our livelihood on Blender in most cases would be a really risky proposition, of saying, hey, our entire livelihood is dependent on this one piece of software. And if that one piece of software goes a different direction or ceases to exist, we're done. That's the normal problem that people deal with. Blender is unique. I mean, it's not unique in the context of open source, but it is unique in the realm of professional software because it has such a strong community behind it and being open source that we get a say. Like every individual that contributes to Blender financially, with their skill set, with their time, gets a say in what happens to Blender, where it goes, how it works. They get a say. And that's not normal. I think it's one of the most important things that we can do as Blender individuals, businesses, artists, etc., is to contribute to Blender. And there's many ways to do that. Obviously, in this case, this conversation, we're talking about the fundraiser for 2026, where the foundation is very intentionally trying to say, hey, if every Blender user contributed €5, we could fund all of 2026 in advance. That's number one, not a lot of money per person. Obviously, the spending power of €5 is wildly different all over the world. But if you're actively building your livelihood or hope to be building your livelihood on Blender, that's a fraction of what you would do in a month, a week, a day, a year, you name it. And so because Blender's community is so big, we have the opportunity to, everybody only has to contribute a little bit. With most commercial software, you're basically saying, hey, you've got to pay for this thing on an ongoing basis. It's relatively expensive. And you really have to be working professionally and earning a return on that work to make it worth paying for that software. You don't have to do that with Blender. You don't have to contribute anything. It is completely in your right to not contribute a cent and get every bit of value that you need out of it. But it's a great thing to contribute. The classic saying, and I'm probably going to date myself a little bit here in the open source world, is it's not free as in beer, it's free as in freedom. If somebody hands you a beer, they expect nothing back except maybe a beer next time you're out. Free as in freedom means you literally are free to do what you wish with it. You can use it as you wish, you can modify it as you wish, you can share it as you wish, and nothing is expected of you. Nothing is required of you to do that. But that can only continue to exist if the community continues to want it to exist. And that's where we really get the opportunity to vote with our dollars. Like, hey, we want this thing. We as AUTOTROPH want this thing, Blender, to continue to exist. And so you bet your ass we are going to contribute back to that to make it continue to exist.
People have asked us in the past, aren't you nervous having hitched your wagon to one single
We've asked
software?
ourselves that.
Yeah.
I mean, of course we're nervous at times, but the more attention you pay to the Blender project and the Blender community, you realize how big of a shift it would take for Blender to evaporate overnight. With commercial software, and there's lots of great commercial software. I use a lot of great commercial software. That shift, your ability to hitch your wagon to it, can change overnight. The company can cease to exist from bankruptcy, from lawsuits, they just get tired, say, we're done. It can be sold. It can, whatever, decisions can be made with commercial software that can have a cascading effect nearly instantaneously that you have no control over. That really can't happen with Blender. You know, even if the foundation, for example, were to cease to exist tomorrow, the Blender project would continue if the community wanted it to continue. There's nothing that can stop it from continuing to exist so long as the community wants it to be a thing. You know, can it taper off? Can it slow way down? Can it slowly just basically wither away? Well, of course, everything can. You know, it's the basic law of entropy. If you don't continue working on the thing, maintaining the thing, it will slowly die. And
If
that's a
you're
big part of
relying
why we donate. We
right.
want this thing to thrive.
Because if you're relying on people to maintain the software in their free time that they have available while they're having to work a full-time job, then that is going to deteriorate the progress of that
Totally.
software.
Well, and that's actually the majority of my history with Blender, which I started in 2003. So 22 years now. The majority of my history, that is how Blender was maintained. The Blender Foundation did not have a team of paid full-time developers working on Blender until much, much later. You know, it was very much a community project, and it moved compared to today very slowly. Compared to most other open source projects of the day, it moved crazy fast. You know, Blender has always moved fast. And I think it is a testament to the number of people that are basically staking their livelihoods on this project. You know, it takes a village. Turns out that village is pretty big. I think one of the things that is really helpful for people is to take a moment to get involved. You know, there is historically always been a healthy dose of skepticism around what the foundation does, where these dollars go, you know, is it just, you know, is it padding somebody's pocketbook, etc. Most of that skepticism diminishes the more you get involved in the community aspects of Blender, whether that is contributing development time and energy, whether that is helping to maintain the documentation, helping to organize events, just participating in the community forums. The more people get involved, the more they realize how different this organization as a community is. And it is probably one of the healthiest, most enlightening experiences I think anybody can do beyond just, you know, donating money and forgetting about it. You know, donating money is the easy part. Getting involved is the hard part because it takes initiative. It's actually very easy to get involved from a project standpoint. You know, Blender makes it very easy to get involved, but you got to do it. At the end of the day, donating really does make a difference. It really does help. And it's not a big ask. You know, in this case, just talking about the specific 2026 campaign, €5 for a piece of software like Blender is the cheapest software you will ever, ever buy. So, yeah, highly encouraged. But you know, we absolutely will continue to donate, and hopefully, we can continue to donate more. We've been involved for a long time, and that's not going to change, for at least till long as our ability can continue. Best of.
Ding.